Hey, what's going on? This is On the Ropes with Christian Ortiz.
This is Pires.
And it is happy Friday, June 26th, I think what it is. And it's been hot as fuck.
Terribly fucking hot.
It's so hot, Peter, that the inside of my fucking house has been over 78 degrees every day.
He said the inside of his house, and never mind. I thought you were going to say, like, his thighs and shit. You know what I mean? When your thighs start sticking together? I really thought you were about to go there. I'm not gonna lie to you,
I mean,
bro.
I have big thighs.
That same, but like
I mean, I
that's
do
where
from squatting, from catching, but no, I meant the inside of my house.
I know.
What the fuck is going on?
It is what it is.
Listen, today's show, I'm super excited about this.
He was pumped up, like,
I am
all week.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, new announcement. We're going to be doing, of course, business, health and wellness, and now instead of miscellaneous, it's.
Oh no, we need the miscellaneous still going.
I mean, we
though.
might touch on a today's topic, but we're going to be continuously always doing relationships and marriage.
Talking about, like,
Peter's going to be talking about like pre-marriage or pre-engagement / dating.
Yeah.
You know, what guys look for, or his current relationship. I'll be talking about mine. I've been with my wife going on almost 13 years, 11 years of marriage. So I'll be strictly talking about marriage and the toughness and the things that you have to go through as a guy, and what I've learned about women. So we're going to give you a lot of guys' perspective. We'll probably start bringing some women on the show, my wife and your girl, hopefully, to talk about marriage and stuff like that. So we've been stoked about it. I've been really excited because there's a lot of men and women out there who need help, who need advice.
I totally agree.
Just don't know.
Yeah, I've seen, like, even in my I forgot who I was having this conversation with, but I think it was yesterday, to be honest with you. I was just kind of like looking back at, like, just relationships that I've seen, and initially you always look at a relationship, especially like through, like, like middle school, high school, and shit like that. You often have that, like, mindset, especially in the beginning, like, that shit is gonna last. And then you realize how many fucking relationships fail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How many of them just go down the shitter. And then you just pulled up the statistic that 50% of people end up getting divorced.
And people need to understand something. 50%
Is a lot.
is a lot of people. A lot, guys. That means, listen to me, you have two friends, one of them's getting divorced.
And that's
if they haven't already.
That is sad. That is sad. That is truly sad.
And that says a lot. And then you got to look at it like this. Okay. Then the other 50%.
Are they even good?
Are they even good and happy? Are they just
Or
sticking it? Are they just sticking it
Yeah.
out for the kids? We're gonna get to that in a second.
Yeah, yo. Look up the statistic of, like, earlier than the 2000s. You know what I mean? Like, because this was 2019.
We'll get Kevin on this while we're talking about the other. So Kevin, if you can do maybe like for us, get like a decade thing, maybe.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and just see a trend if we can. Start doing a lot of research, and then like maybe when we get that 30-minute break, you can tell us the stats, and then we'll go over it. But we're gonna talk about something business wise, and listen, folks, there's nothing better than when you learn in business. And there was a couple things I've learned this week. A lot of shit I learned this week. One is I get a lot of different perspective of, and listen, I'm not all political. I know some people that know me in the gym, what side I'm on and stuff like that, or what they think they are. You already know. But I heard something the other day, and I don't know.
Was that Monday?
I don't know.
Was that last week?
The thing is, how many people feel that way, right?
Yeah.
We gotta validate that what he said.
Yeah.
And so, do you feel? So number one, okay, we'll talk about this for a second. Is I'm a business owner. I'm a small business owner that I'm trying to make. I'm trying to grow higher and make millions and hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. I mean, who doesn't want to do that by the time they die, right? I think that everybody thought that way. And then you run into people and you're like, well, wait a minute. They don't think the same way. They think the complete opposite. They think that people don't deserve that. And a really good, very close, dear friend of mine, I consider him a close friend. He had said that there shouldn't be any billionaires in the world. He felt like the wealth should be shared around because to look. I was trying to put myself in his shoes. He felt like people shouldn't be suffering. He said, with the amount of money in the world that we have, there shouldn't be anyone suffering. That was basically his point. How do you feel about that? That particular part.
What he's saying there, I understand it in a humanitarian philanthropy standpoint.
Whoa.
Like it is kind of sad to see
Big
that
words
like,
are coming out.
So like it is sad to see like people with like just minimal resources and they can't really do much to help themselves to be able to get out of situations. So in a sense I do agree with that, because I mean you don't even have to go as far as to even bring in Africa into the situation, for example, because we've seen what's happened over there. We know the history. But we can go as far as even current day North Korea. There are some people who are there and they're damn near born into a concentration camp. With shit like that, like it's kind of sad to see, but I mean that's just different sides of the earth that you really can't really influence too much, especially from a political standpoint. Yeah, I mean like it's a tough thing to bring around. So like I said, from that individual standpoint, I don't feel like most people should suffer, especially if they can't really help it. But I do feel that
I could agree.
But I don't feel that a single individual should have a cap on their income. Like you can only earn so much. I don't feel like that's.
I'm gonna go back to my wife.
Yeah.
For a second, she had made a comment.
Keep going. I'm gonna grab my gallon of water.
She had said that I feel like my buddy's leaving me. It's like he just left me alone here for myself. Now he's right there. I feel like she had basically said, if it weren't for people who are suffering or who are playing the victim or whatever is like that, then there wouldn't be anything to mentally challenge you to say I want to do better than that.
I agree with
and I look at it like this. In life, I do feel at some point in the US, in America, okay, at some point, maybe once in your life, you're going to come across, you may see something, you may hear something, you may read something in school, in your 12 years of school, if you didn't drop out, whatever, that is going to say, there's another way to live. I feel like there's always one time, like I might have gotten maybe 25 and I was fortunate and lucky for that. You might have gotten how many, you're around me or whatever, you see your dad doing your own business and stuff like that. I mean, we're in Florida. Like my whole point is there might be that kid that is in the inner city. He's around drugs all his life. He's around a terrible mom. He's around a dad that hasn't been in his life. And all he knows is his friends just dealing drugs, and all they care about is rims or how much money they have or whatever, and that's all he knows. And then one day he has enough money to buy a cell phone, Peter. He buys a cell phone and he goes on ESPN because he likes the fucking Dallas Cowboys or whatever, and he just starts seeing ESPN. When you scroll down, you see Stephen A. Smith preaching. You see The Rock was on ESPN. You start seeing that there's actually a different positive way. And he's like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Like, this is actually like, wait, is this real? Do people really live like this? That might have been right there and then his one opportunity to say, there is another way out of this. Mm-hmm. Now, he might have not gotten another chance, okay? But that was his one shot. So I personally feel there's always one chance, but there's always going to be people at the bottom, and there's always going to be people at the top. If everybody was on the same playing field, humans, by default, we're not all going to be the same. People, someone's going to want to be a lion. People are going to want to be like, I'm the fucking king of the castle here. Okay? Like, I'm the best. There's a competitive and survival nature that humans have. You can't take that away from them.
I agree with that. Like,
you going to compete
Yeah.
Right? Are you going to say, "Oh, I hope we're all on the same playing field"?
Oh, fuck
Like,
no.
This guy lifts 800. We should all lift
Yeah.
800.
No. God, no.
Do you want to? Do you feel like that when you go?
No. I feel you. Like what?
You
I
want to
understand
take
what
that
you're saying.
guy's head off, right?
Yeah,
You want
and
I'm going to 805.
Yeah. So like, I mean, there is a competitive standpoint, like to human beings as a whole, especially men. Men are far more competitive. Well, let me not say that as a whole, because like I know a lot of competitive girls too. But speaking of like, I don't feel like. I mean, realistically, it doesn't. We could level shit out as much as we possibly can, but there's so many other things. At the end of the day, there are people that are better than you in specific things, and that will not change until the day you die. And then you're better than them at specific things. But there are people who are better than you overall. You just have to work with the shit that you got. Whatever you feel like you can do to make yourself better at the end of the day is going to be.
That's a Les Brown statement right there.
Yeah, whatever you can do to make yourself better at the end of the day, earn more money, live the life that you want. That's
I'll give you an
all
example.
it boils down to.
My
at
dad.
least in my opinion.
My dad, he had a sibling of 13 kids. Okay, he was number 10, and he grew up on a fucking. This is a true story. I can call him. He's at the hospital right now. Prayers go out to my dad. He's not doing well, but he grew up on a farm in Puerto Rico, Villalba, and no shoes, no socks. This is true shit here. Okay, on a farm, in a single family home, Peter, 2 bedrooms, 13 fucking kids. They rotated.
That's 6.5 kids per room.
Peter, they rotated the bed to the floor into the next bedroom. They had a rotation. He slept on the floor, on the fucking floor a couple of times. His Christmas gift was a whistle to share. Okay? So when you're born like that, and then you grow up to make $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year,
you're loaded.
and then you retire, you made it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you fucking made it.
Yeah.
Like, to me and you, okay, like for me, okay, if I don't make $5 million or $10 million, I'm like, by the time I fucking die, or $1 billion, or to me, no offense, like if I can't make $500 million by the time I die, if I'm 80 years old,
you feel like you lost
with the knowledge that I have. Like, what was I doing? Right? Like with the gifts that I have right now at 37 years old, the books I've read, the YouTubes and shit like that. Like, YouTube wasn't even like non-existent at the time for my dad in 1953. Right? So my thing is, for an inner city kid who's been born with nothing, given nothing, he don't know nothing, but he makes it out, and someone believes in him, he starts making 50, 60 grand, like, he made it. That's good.
Yeah, that's solid.
At the same time, then you got those that were lucky.
I mean, even then, like, even now, I think the average income of a Floridian, and you might have to look into this, I think it was around $27,000.
It is actually $29,000. You're correct on the money.
That is fucking low. You know what I mean? Like, let me do the math.
The average American makes $40,000 a year. The average, okay?
That's $2,416.67 per month.
I mean, that's not enough money.
It's not. It's not enough for anything. That's like eternal debt.
But I guess what we're trying to get at here is,
like, I mean, if you're at home, bro, like that's more than enough.
You're gonna be dealt. Yeah. You're gonna be dealt cards. Make what you have. Do with what you have and make the best of it.
I totally agree.
That's basically what Peter's saying.
Yeah. Do the absolute best to be the best that you can.
And when it comes to business, guys, my advice to you is, any of you that are out there that and please do not take offense to this, but if you're out there and you've never run a business and you're mad at somebody, this company didn't pay fucking taxes, this company, they didn't employ enough people, this company, oh, you know what, this guy, he has all this shit, but his employees are, listen, you're not running the business, are you? You're not in that guy's shoes. You don't know what it's like to run. By default, you're fucking disqualified to even talk about running a business because you don't fucking know. Just by maybe default, at the same time, that same business owner is not in your shoes. So he shouldn't be talking about shit that you've probably gone through. You may know. You know, let's say you're collecting a welfare check or something like that, right? I never have. But if I don't know what that's like to live off of that. So who am I to sit there and say these fucking welfare people? I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not in your shoes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's the thing. I feel like people lack. It's the same conversation we had yesterday. Like, there's such a lack of perspective. People are like, I had this conversation with this dude probably about a month ago, something like that, and he was saying like, people on welfare are lazy, and I was like, well, you can't.
You don't know their story, bro.
You see what I'm saying? You don't know shit about.
You don't know how
them.
they got there.
So like, so his argument would be like, oh yeah, people on welfare are lazy, and then he would on the other end be like, well, not all cops are bad. The fuck does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, you see how one-sided that is? So like, oh, not all cops are bad, so you made cops an individualistic scenario, and then you just generalized welfare. You see what I'm saying? Like, how can you even do that? That doesn't make sense.
I mean, look. I think that as a society, as Americans, this is, again, please, this is my opinion, but again, opinions fucking matter at this point, the way life is going. People do a wrong job trying to understand other people's shoes, and this is going to tie back to the relationship topic that we have, and that's where disagreements and fights happen. And that's basically what it comes down to. Like, you shouldn't, if you've never been through something, I don't care how much fucking research you have or how many degrees you have. If you've never been through it yourself to learn, you're nobody to speak on the topic.
I agree, because like you shouldn't have a one-sided view of anything.
Not at all.
Because then you
100%.
Yeah, you shouldn't have a one-sided view of anything, because like once you have that one-sided view, you're gonna consider your truth as the only truth, and once you consider your truth being the only truth, and someone gives you another truth, you're just gonna be like, no, that doesn't exist. That's not real. You know what I mean? And that's on either side. It doesn't matter which side you're on, from a politics standpoint, from a religious standpoint. That it's just bad. Like you're not gonna get far with only believing a specific set of things when life in itself it's not black and white. It's a very gray situation, like gray situationally. So like, for example, if you catch someone, you get a phone call.
I know.
So if you catch someone, for example,
probably some summer camp, but it's okay. Hopefully Rebecca got it.
Yeah. So if someone ends up getting in trouble for whatever the reason may be, we don't have to worry about it. Let's say someone gets in trouble for fighting. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter who the fucking person is. This person gets in trouble for fighting. Now this person is arrested. Okay. The person who they were fighting gets beat to a fucking, like a bloody pulp. Fucked up, right? They get completely fucked up. But the cops arrest the person who's beating the shit out of that person. Little did that cop know, or anyone else know, it was self-defense. That just so happens the other person couldn't fight. You know what I mean? Now that person has a record. The person who got their ass whooped is knocked out. You can't really do too much about it now. You know what I mean?
That's funny shit.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny, but it's a real life situation. You know what I mean? It's a real life situation, and now that person is going in fucking jail. Now they have to pay bail. You know what I mean? And all that other shit. But then the cops, what's it called? What's the cops? What's it called? Gonna say his write up. His statement's gonna be like, oh yeah, we caught this dude beating the shit out of this other dude. Okay. And now the other dude gives you a story. Nah, bro, like he came up to me, he was talking crazy, so I hit him and I beat the shit out of him. Now you have the whole story. And once you have the whole story, you're like, well, I don't think we can really charge him.
That's
on
one
that.
thing. That's one thing I love about Peter. It's my boy, but he doesn't. He needs both sides before he gives me his true emotions.
Dude, I can't tell
you. He's giving me his emotions, but like when he gets both sides of things, then I really see him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most people are not like that, myself included. Sometimes I'm like that, and I know, but I know that because I'm self-aware. But very rarely do I meet someone 24 years old that's like, nah, I need the other side before I.
Bro, I can't tell you how many. Like I've
And that
down.
pisses you off.
Yeah,
he
like-
gets mad. Like,
'cause
he gets upset.
I've seen people like come to me, bro. Like you know who I'm talking about.
Yes,
But like
I already know who you're going to
so-
say. Go ahead.
I had a friend and he would come to me and be like, bro, my girl did this, my girl did that. I'm like, damn, bro. And I'm over here thinking about it. I'm like, yo, like that's crazy. I was like, but she wouldn't do that without a reason. You know what I mean? And he would tell me all that stuff, and I'm like, dog, like that just sounds so weird. Like I wouldn't expect that. And then when I actually had a chance to talk to her, she was like, nah, yeah, like I did that because he did this. I'm like, this nigga crazy. What the hell is wrong with him?
My question is, was he a bitch ass nigga?
Yes, bro. Like, and I'm not gonna lie. I kind of went back and I did see.
You better hope he's not watching this.
He probably not gonna watch this. I haven't spoke to him in a minute. But
YouTube star too.
he does that. Like, hey, look. I mean, to the end of all this,
How many followers? He's like
I think
300,000.
close to. Yeah,
He
bro.
does, bro.
Yeah,
He's
no.
like
Look,
three-
hey, look. Real shit. Like I
Oh,
respect.
you
him.
now know who he is.
Yeah,
He's dying.
I
Our
respect him.
producer Kevin's lost
Yeah,
it.
I respect.
He's
him.
down. Kevin is down. He slapped his thigh. He slapped his thigh.
Like, when it came to shit like that, like it was always so one sided.
He's taking a drink.
Bro, she gave me a story recently, bro. Like I was talking to her. Yeah, I seen it. Bro, I was talking to her recently, right? And she was like, she was telling me a story about him, her, and his sister wanted to go out, right? And he was like, no, I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out, right? He ends up, and it was all them three in the group chat. He ends up texting his sister back, but in the group chat saying, oh yeah, she doesn't want to go. She's really being a bitch right now. After he said that he didn't want to go.
You know, he was always a kind of a weird.
Weird, bro. And I didn't want to admit it. I really didn't want to admit that. Like,
wait, honestly, do you think I'm like that? I'm weird.
everyone's weird. You're not weird though.
Okay.
Well, you know, but
What
we're
am
all
I-
weird.
What am I weird with?
Bro, he just be screaming in the gym just randomly. Like today was like fucking it was He was-
I'm random, but not weird.
random. We're all weird. You know what I mean? So like you're going to have to explain to me what you mean by weird.
I think you're weird with
I'm
racks.
very fucking weird. What?
like a rack. Like you're just
Yeah,
fucking,
no, like there's some
he
things
goes
that I'm
fucking
like
crazy for
like
a rack.
like
a fucking rack.
prestigious
Like,
about. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
like
like
that.
yeah, and I'm like nah.
He's
Like
I'm like, yo, would you rather want a leg press or a rack?
I'm like a
rack.
every time.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
A fucking rack? You
Yeah,
just-
every time, bro. It's just something that I'm like, I just see it in my head. Yeah, man. Like I can't just stick to one side of a story because like everyone is gonna tell you a story that makes them look the absolute best.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the fucked up part about it because that's that self-preservation mode. Like your body's like, your brain is like, nah. I didn't do anything wrong here. I didn't do anything wrong
Listen.
here. It was you.
Basically, our point is people try to work on as best as you possibly can two sides of the story. Really be self-aware of that. Number two, if you're in business, my wife ran into a problem one time. She couldn't approve a female because they said they own the business. True story. They own the business. And they come into my wife. I have my own business. This is how much money I make. Here's what's going on. My wife's like, okay, I need your
Perfect. You should be good. Yeah,
I need your taxes. And I've made this mistake. And she's like, what do you mean? Well, I got, I get my Cash App. They Cash App me.
Damn.
Okay.
That's
here's
tough.
here's all this money. And it was money, bro.
It was a lot.
I mean, I get from what my wife told me. And my wife's like,
Oh, she didn't tell you like the dollar amount. She just said it was
no,
a
my
lot.
wife was like, it would have been enough.
Yeah.
But her company has and this goes for getting a mortgage, a loan, or anything on pay. It needs to be on fucking paper.
I agree. Yeah. You
It-
can't just slide that shit
you
under the
can't
table.
say
yeah.
you have your own business and say, I have a Cash App account. No. You need to go to the bank. You need to go to Sunbiz, or you need to go to your business account. You need to say, all right, I have my business number. You need to have a business account that has LLC or S corporation or Inc. And you need to be able to have the funds that go through there for you to then show bank statements and actual federal funds.
What's the difference between like LLC, S corp, and Inc?
Ooh. I'm about to geek out right now.
I never knew what an
Okay.
Inc was. Like, I just thought it was like a cool little name you could throw in.
All
low
right.
key.
So how it works is LLC is called Limited Liability Company. And that basically means you are most of the time it's a sole proprietor. Okay. And so they are protected by the company itself. And what happens is the LLC usually pays quarterly taxes. So every 3 months they pay what's called a quarterly tax. So by March 31st, my quarter ends. And then April comes around. Maria, my accountant, comes around and says, hey, I need taxes. Okay. That's what's called an LLC. It's a limited liability. So if you get sued, only the business can get sued, not you and your personal assets. Okay? Follow me there? All right. S corporation. S corporation basically means now that you are at a point where you now have employees. Okay? And then you yourself is counted as an employee. It's basically a limited liability company, but now you're paying yourself as an employee. That's basically it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only difference. So my business grosses $320,000. I say, you know what? I want to pay myself $60,000 a year.
That's money.
Okay. So I say I want to pay myself $60,000 a year. I go on my payroll. I pay myself every week, every Wednesday. Like today, I got paid. My company paid myself a salary because I'm an S corporation. That's what my company is. Because I have myself, I have Rebecca, and I used to have other people, but they got furloughed, unfortunately. But Rebecca's there, and so because I have employees, I'm eligible for an S corporation. And what does that do? Now here's where the Republicans and Democrats and people who don't fucking know business differs. And I'm sorry if I offend anybody because I don't like talking about shit like this because I know how people are. But basically you're able to not pay as much taxes as an employee of your own company versus paying a lot of taxes as a non-employee, and you're just paying taxes every quarter, like a shitload of money. So if I put myself on a $60,000 salary, I'm only paying taxes on the $60,000 salary. Okay? That's an S corporation. An Inc. Incorporated. Here's where it gets complicated because now it's called what's called double taxation. Okay?
Ew.
So now your business and yourself are getting taxed. You got it. It's called double tax. Think about it. Every time you hear Inc., it's called double taxation, like Walmart. Okay, like those huge fucking companies, because now those people, not only like it's different because Inc. Incorporated, so you're incorporated. So which means now you're a corporation. You're not an S corp no more. You're not an LLC. It's like to the next fucking level. So now if they got sued,
That's the big shit.
yeah. So like if they got sued, they couldn't even sue the business. That's basically what it comes down to. Like their business is now protected. You get what I'm saying?
Golly.
But
I don't even need this no more.
but they're paying a shitload of taxes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's where the loopholes come around. That's where people get mad at Donald Trump because they were like, okay, well, he grossed fucking $3 billion incorporated. Where did the other money go? And most incorporations, they give to charity. They have the really big loopholes and stuff like that because now they're getting taxed not just on their corporation, they're getting taxed on their liability and their fucking
income.
You got it.
Shit, that's 3 times, right?
Yeah, it's like 50%. It's almost like 50%.
That's a lot.
So you make $1 billion, Peter. I want 500 million, bro.
Huh?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
That's a lot of money.
I'm not gonna get into that conversation, but people don't know that shit.
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
You got it. But people
Yeah.
don't. No. But people don't like that.
Yeah.
They don't understand it. And that's why I'm saying if you don't fucking own a business, shut the fuck up. Don't talk about other people's business. I'm sorry. And I love some of you that I have a lot of respect, and they don't take this personally. But if you never own a fucking business and the IRS comes to you and they're like, hey, listen, we need this much fucking money, and you started from scratch, a nobody, you're a peasant, and they come to you like, hey, I want this much fucking money. And you're like, you know what? No, I'm going to be an S corp now. You're gonna pay this much money over. No, nobody in their right fucking mind.
Whoa. Florida has suspended all alcohol consumption at bars statewide. Yeah, bars are done again.
Yeah.
That's what they get.
Well, first off, if you're going out and saying, look at me, oh my God, I'm at the fucking bar, you're an idiot.
I think, yeah, you should have, I just don't get it. Like
we chilling here with our whiskey, but we're here.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
I'm not at a bar. Give me another round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
to mention, you didn't even go buy that.
Yeah, but
we didn't even go buy that.
But people are going to look at it like, oh my God, I can't go out and drink. You don't realize now you just also fucked that bar.
Yeah.
And that guy's family. They're done.
Yeah.
They're going fucking bankrupt.
Yeah, unless they have other money.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And people aren't aware of that right now.
That's the other side. That's the other side. You know what I mean? We're only looking at it from our side. We're like, damn, I can't go out and drink no more. I mean, you could have gone to Walmart this whole time and grabbed whatever you needed, whether you're drinking beers. ABC Liquor is still well and open.
Yeah, we should Uber Eats more right now.
You see what I'm saying?
I said Uber Eats.
Yeah, I saw that.
Kevin's dying.
Yeah, but you could have easily had a little mini party. You have about 4 or 5.
Damn, how long is this fucking pie? Oh, we started late, didn't we?
Yeah, we did kind of start late. You could have 4, 5, 6 people have a little get together. Y'all all drink together. For example, Patrick's birthday party. It was me, my cousin, Patrick, his wife. That right there is 4 people. There was a total of 8 people. We sat there and we played. I forgot this. It was a game on the PlayStation or something like that. But it was like one of them group games though. Yeah, I was kind of ass. I was pretty fucking terrible at it. It was I forgot the name of it, but it was such broad trivia that I couldn't even do anything on it. I was pretty fucking bad at it.
All right, so I know we said health and wellness. I'm gonna give you a quick tip. We should be talking more about this, but I can't wait to get into the relationship. So, quick tip on health and wellness. People, more cases are rising, and people stop. You're focusing so much on cases.
I know what you're gonna talk about.
You're talking so much about fucking cases. We as a country, as a U.S., because we're the fucking U.S., we are able to test more people. By default, we're gonna find more cases. And by default, we panic more than any other country. No offense, because we're spoiled. We are spoiled, Peter.
I agree.
And because of that, people panic really quickly. And people, listen, go get your test. That's fine. But we're going to find more cases. And by default, because we have 10, 20 times more cases, is because we're testing thousands of more people. That being said, if you're going to fight coronavirus, and this is coming from a respiratory therapist that I know personally, who's been a client of mine, who's dealt with hundreds of COVID cases, he said exercise. Because the lungs and the heart, when they're in shape, it will be able to fight the coronavirus. This is a text from a respiratory therapist from ORMC that I fucking have. So if you're a trainer out there, or you're someone who doesn't believe in personal training or fitness, now's the time to do it.
Just move.
Hop on board. Start
Just
moving.
fucking move.
Get your cardio going. Run. Make a goal for yourself. Listen, I run 3 miles 4 times a week. Actually, sorry, 3 times a week, and I do a Peloton ride for 20 minutes.
Wait, you said 3
miles 3 times a week.
That's fucking miles.
And a Peloton ride, and I'm doing this. And a Peloton ride, I came home, shirt off, dripping wet. My wife yesterday, she almost made a rape on me that day, but she didn't. She should have. I was ripped, jacked.
Hello. Hello.
That's right.
Hello, wife.
Yes.
Sex time.
Just
like that.
I wish.
Damn it.
I wish. She
Darn.
She knows it. She'll give it up. Anyways. so
The perfect segue into relationships.
So, no, listen. I hated running.
Even
running.
my client Jonathan, he hates that shit. He does it though.
But let me tell you,
he does it.
I go do it, and it's just 3 miles. It's only 30 fucking minutes. Okay, I'm doing it in about 26 minutes now.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
And you
That's a
know what?
5K, right? That's a 5K?
Yeah, it is a 3.2 miles is a 5K.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But listen, I put Jocko Willink on and Les Brown and ET, and I'm off to the fucking races.
Oh boy, sprinting.
And listen, I put my hoodie on and I go. Guys, it is not that fucking hard. And listen up, no joke, I started off with 1 mile. I said, I'm going to go for 1 mile. I was dying, 15 minutes, fucking dying. But you know what? I said, nope, I committed 4 or 5 times a week. I committed. All of a sudden now, 2 months later, I started this in April. 2 months fucking later, I'm running 3 miles like it's nothing. I honestly, God, I can probably go for 5, 6, no problem. But I don't want to go because I have calf and foot problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an excuse. I'm not
You're saying
fucking,
that it would like
I'm
if
not
you
a
were to
fucking
do that.
pussy.
No, I feel you.
But
Like you're saying it would take you out like
I'm
that.
I'm
in that first
getting
session.
good results just off of the 3 miles.
Yeah, I would
it's good
keep
enough
doing
for me.
that shit. Keep doing that.
So my point behind that is move. Guys, it's not hard to go on a walk or listen. If you can't run and you're 300 pounds or 250 or whatever,
Start with a walk.
listen, walk for 2 minutes, then just jog for 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is start. And we've had, I think, 3 podcasts when I said this, right?
I think so.
Boost that immune system. Zinc is going to help you out big time.
Especially in men.
Big time, buddy.
Especially in men.
It ups our testosterone.
Yep.
B12.
I think the testosterone production.
Vitamin
if I'm not
C.
mistaken. Yep.
Okay.
I would say all B vitamins. All B vitamins. They should have all B vitamins from I think it's like B3.
Men and women?
Yeah, men and women. Every single one of them. Because like B vitamins is gonna help you out with like anything that has to do with like energy is going to be along the B vitamin route.
Oh, I need coffee.
So anything that you need there.
Or B vitamins.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying B vitamins. Just make sure that you're getting that in. That and your omega 3s.
Yeah. Fatty acids. People, listen, it's not hard to exercise.
It's not. Oh,
If you have
speaking of,
if you have kids, chase your fucking kids. Play
yeah,
tag.
yeah, no. Like I was having a client. She was mentioning to me, I think the past week or so, because they wanted to do like 10 sessions. They were initially going to go on a trip. They're not going anymore. But she was like, oh yeah, like she was mentioning to me that she didn't really like the weight training that much, and I'm like, okay, so like, what do you like doing? And she was telling me that she was really active. So, bro, like I had to fucking make her move, and that shit got me sweating. You know what I mean? Like we spent the last like 10 minutes of her session, well, like 4 or 5 minutes, I would say, playing tips over your net. You know what I mean? Yeah, like over the net. That was the only way it was. Hell yeah, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
So the net came clutch.
Yeah, she was like, oh yeah, like this. She's like, I like that more. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Where did you put the net?
I just put it between us.
That's great, bro.
Bro. Yeah, so like I was
Hell
like,
yeah,
I was
bro.
like, yo, I was like, we need to fight. I need to fucking find a way to get her engaged in these workouts because otherwise she's gonna be like, well, I'm not coming
that's
back.
That's a sign for those of you that are trainers out there. When you can just make adjustments that fast,
Yeah, you need to be
adaptability,
adaptable.
That's a fucking good trainer. My man. When he does this shit, when he shows his tattoo or whatever, there it is. Good. All right, my favorite. Here we go, guys.
Monkey D. Luffy.
Listen up. We're going to be going into right away relationship talk. Big one, guys. Listen, men out there who are struggling with their women, having a hard time, whether you're a fiance, whether you're in a bad marriage right now or a drought, you're just started dating or you're having a hard time finding the right female, or you're a woman who just doesn't get your guy. You don't understand why your guy is doing specific things. Why is he playing too much video games? Why is he why isn't he doing enough in the house, or he's not taking care enough of the kids, or why aren't you getting a reaction out of him? He's not really paying attention to you. Women, we're two guys here. Peter's gonna touch base on the relationship side / dating, and then I'm gonna talk on marriage. So,
ask me a question based off that.
So
I wanna be
basically,
able to get into that.
basically, I've been with my hot, beautiful wife.
You saw that? That
Okay?
was so nice.
I'm gonna show you a picture. A picture
That
of her
was
right
so
here.
nice.
Get a good fucking close up right here, because man,
He said close up, bro.
man,
Come on.
I have this
Yo.
right here.
Kevin, he said close up, bro.
Man, I have this right here. That's mine. Her name is Alexandria Ortiz,
You heard the rolled R?
and that is
you hear that?
12.8 years
This man said
with
he
this
got
woman.
it down to the science. He over here right before bed. He like marks off another day on his
The
calendar.
biggest weakness I have of hers is when she looks at me. She has this trance, and I sometimes I don't even know what the fuck she says. But that's mine. That's what I'm
Melt.
married to.
Oh.
Peter, you can talk about yours real quick, so that way they know our experience and what's going on.
Yeah. So like I've been with Kaylee now for we started talking, dating, whatever people call it. Around that was late March last year, early April, and dude, like she's phenomenal, amazing. I've never in my life had someone like so blatantly supportive. You know what I mean? Because I would always hear that. Yeah, I support you.
And we're gonna talk about that. For
Yeah,
a
like,
second. I don't think most women understand that part. We're gonna be very technical with that.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I've always heard like, yeah, I support you. Yeah. No, I definitely support you. But when it came down to it, it was like nothing. You know what I mean? It was just words. And then I would sit there after the fact. I'm like, support what? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is like? So I would tell Kaylee like, if I made like a sale or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's relatively it's a small thing.
She was actually intrigued.
She was like, "Oh hell yeah!" Like she's
Yeah,
over here happy
that's
about that
good.
shit. I'm like, "Dog, what the fuck?" You know what I mean? It's just a small sale. It's like, yeah, but like a sale in itself is like it's a pretty small feat when it comes to like training, because there's so much beyond that, because you have to obviously like retain the client and make sure that they're getting their results and things like that. But like with that, she was just like so supportive of that, and like she's always been big on that, and like that's something that was at first like uncomfortable to me, because like you just don't expect it. You know what I mean? Like from people kind of, because
I agree.
yeah, because at first you're like, what the fuck?
So here you go. Listen,
it's just like, wait.
If you're dating, right? So okay.
Support. It doesn't fucking matter what it is.
Support what though?
Support, like if there is something that makes your significant other happy,
So your man
support it.
I mean, I think this is more like a man thing, though. Like
Yeah.
you got to support their habits and stuff like that. But so Peter, you power lift, you watch anime,
Oh, I love it.
you play your PlayStation.
Yes,
you
sir.
wo-
I
you
love it.
Workout is the main priority for him. And imagine women, you're trying to come into this guy's life, right? And you're trying to strip that away.
No, like I'll give you some.
It's not gonna work,
bro. I'll give you some perspective. Kaylee has never been like, when it came to me working out, because I have to be in the gym for like sometimes 2.5, 3, 4 hours.
'Cause I
even.
mean, you're doing your huge weights.
Yeah,
and
you
stuff.
see what I'm saying? So like, I'll sit there probably for like between sets like 4 to 5 minutes. And I'm just like, and then I got to do that shit again. You know what I mean? But she'll be like, and bro, it's so small when you think about it. She says, "Nah, just text me later." But there's a difference. There's a difference between that text me later and a text me later when you're done. You know what I mean? There's a difference, and I feel that shit. Whether that be text, call, because you could be like, text me later when you're done. Or you could be like, no, like, go ahead and enjoy your workout. Make sure you're doing good, and like text me after that. You know what I mean? But she would be like, and right after I'm done, I'd be like, hey, like, I'm done. And she's like, how was the workout? Was it good?
shit like that. I'm like, she fucking cares. You know what I mean? Like, and I've had like, oh, like as soon as I'm done with the workout, hey, what's up?
Drop the mic.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Okay, well, and that's more of a subconscious thing at that point where I'm just like, okay, they don't really care that much, so I'm not going to talk about what I do. You know what I mean? You just know I do what I do, but like,
So for those, all right. So for women out there that are, I'm gonna interview you for a second, because dude, I can't even.
You in it?
I would be zero expertise when it comes to
yeah.
dating. So for a guy out there, let's just say they're having a hard time, or a female, they're having a hard time finding that right one, or they're dating and they're hearing, you know, they're making excuses and blah blah blah.
Excuses like what?
They're
though?
looking for something specific.
Mhm.
As a male
Mhm.
who's been going on that you've been with your girlfriend now almost, you know, let's just call it for a year.
It's been about a year and some
half,
change.
Year
Yeah,
and a half. Okay. What's a pet peeve? A turn off pet peeve from a man immediately in the beginning stages of a relationship.
Oh,
Here we go. Top
okay.
3. Be
Top
honest.
3.
So women, pay attention. If you're out in the dating scene and you're young and you think you got everything going on for yourself and you're trying to find that guy, and the average man, Pete's 24 years old, works out, got a good job, has his own career, his own business, okay, or he's self-employed for himself. Typical guy that you probably might want. He's taken, but I'm just saying.
Take it.
This would be.
Leave me alone.
This would be a really good, and he's a really good guy. Trust me. This would be the example
What
of
a fucking guy.
So, explain to that female right now who's been having a hard fucking time, biggest pet peeve and what you think they're doing wrong.
Okay. So one thing that I would say is, if you have an issue, don't expect a man to know what the fuck you're doing or like what's going on. Explain to him the issue. Because once a man like kind of gets it in his head, he's going to be able to kind of maneuver around that. And then that's also a pawn piece for you, because you can kind of understand like, okay, this dude's either a fucking idiot and I don't want to be with him, or you can be like, okay, well, it gives you like the ability to understand the individual. You know what I mean? Granted, let me say this. Men and women at the beginning of the relationship are going to show the absolute best of themselves, because you have to get that person to want to be with you. That's absolute fact.
But what's a pet peeve off the bat? Like what? So like you guys.
That wasn't necessarily a pet peeve, but clinginess. Doesn't matter what side you're on.
No clinging.
No clinginess. Look,
on either side.
On either side, because I've met women who are like, oh yeah, like this guy was super fucking clingy. No matter how no matter how attractive the dude might be, if the dude is clingy, unless a girl is into that, if the dude is clingy, girls are automatically gonna friend zone him, offer it. And it's not gonna take long. Same thing with women. Women are going to get uncomfortable from a clingy dude. You know what I mean? If a dude is clingy, she's gonna be like, ugh. Like,
do you feel? But off the bat, like let's say first, do you say that first date, second date, third date?
That's not it. I mean, like, if you kind of,
if you're like, hey, you know what, man, I just don't.
If you're
think
noticing,
I'm fucking like, I don't like clingy dudes.
Yeah, no, that's not something. I mean, like, if someone were to ask you that, then I'd recommend being as forward as you possibly can. But when it comes to, like, if you're seeing those signs, you're gonna be like, hey, to be very honest with you, and this is respect for you, I do like you, but the clinginess is making me uncomfortable.
All right, so
just be forward.
Don't be
fucking forward.
Don't be clingy. Just be very forward off the bat.
Yes, clingy.
Okay, another one.
Passive aggressiveness.
Explain.
I can't stand it. Can't stand it. So,
wow,
that's
Peter's worked up today.
That's bro. On either side, though, like
his shoulders went up and everything.
Yeah, but on either side. So, like, if, for example, going back to Kaylee and my workouts, right? Like I said, I know the difference between whether or not she's like I know the difference of her being like, "Oh no, go enjoy your workout and text me after," or
Or it bothers her or it doesn't.
or
bother her.
yeah, or it's like, "Okay, well, have fun." Period. At the end. Well, now you mad. Well, tell me what the issue is. Oh no, there's no problem.
Does she tell you if she has a problem?
She will tell me if she has a problem. She won't be abrasive or aggressive about it, but she'll be like, "Hey, this bothers me." You know what I mean?
Has that happened?
What do you mean? About workouts
Has it
and
happened
shit?
yet?
With work? Oh yeah. But like she'll tell me though. You know what I mean? So like we won't have it's never in all of this time we haven't had like an argument. It's
Yeah,
more
it's
so
common. That's
a
common.
bickerment. You know what I mean? Like we kind of go back and forth, and that's it. And it's done. You know what I mean? Like,
All right,
because
third one.
I
third one.
avoid I avoid fucking
does, he
arguments.
does.
I don't want to fucking argue because it's not gonna. No one's gonna get their point across. We're both yelling. Well, not even yelling, but like we're both emotional. We didn't get anything across.
All right, third
You know
pet
what I mean?
peeve. Is there another one?
Third pet peeve. Oh, hanging out with friends on either end because this was brought up earlier. So, a good friend of mine, Melinda, she brought up how guys don't understand girl time. When I would honestly go as far as to say that guys understand girl time and women try not to understand guy time.
Ah, yes.
It's because
That
like
is correct.
because like it's
Because no, it's kind of what Jasmine had said earlier
yeah.
about they don't understand. What did she say? She said something about like, remember what was the thing when I said like women are overall everything, but when it comes to relationships,
It was thoughtfulness.
okay. So I feel like a women has a hard time accepting the manlier things that a man has to do independently on their time than a man has to accept a woman on their doing their thing on their time. Like I don't know a guy that gets mad, like fucking furious,
Unless you're a
because-
controlling ass dude.
because their woman's taking 2 hours to get ready to go out for dinner.
Yeah, I mean that's
You
more
know what
so,
I mean?
Yeah, that's more so situational.
Imagine like us
yeah.
getting fucking furious every fucking time. Yo, it's fucking 30 minutes. Did you
Yeah.
fucking find an outfit out every time? You come on, you fucking kidding me? Just put the fucking purple lipstick on.
Yeah, like I said, that's situational, and that totally depends on the dude.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that totally depends on the dude. But like when it comes to women, like
Sorry,
like I said,
repeat what you just said because that was
So-
really good.
so women. She mentioned that when guys don't understand the importance of women's girl time. When women, I feel like, try to not understand a guy's time. So whether that
And
be
what does that mean? So they try not to understand
So-
a guy's time.
and this, I've had this conversation multiple
This
times.
is a
but
big one for
it's
me.
kind of generalized.
this goes into a marriage, by the way.
A
which
lot,
what I'll get
a
what
lot.
y'all
So
get
like
into.
it's a little bit generalized in the sense that people will always justify the things that help them and will also demonize the thing on the other end. So a guy will be like, "Yo, I'm going to go hang out with my A guy will fucking play on a PlayStation for 3 hours, bro. Not doing shit. Just talking to his fucking friends. Bro, down one, you know what I mean? Like, if I, you know what I mean? And they're on the PlayStation, they're not doing shit. And, like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? They're having guy time. So, like, me personally, like, when I go home and I'm like, and even Kaylee will be like, I'm like, yo, I just got home. And she's like, you about to go play Apex? I'm like, yeah, probably for a little. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but she's just like, okay, yeah, like text me after or some shit like that. But she's cool with it. You know what I mean?
She just isn't. She's not a needy woman. It sounds like.
Yeah, no. She's kind of like, she's chilling. For the most part, as long as I'm happy, she's happy. You know what I mean? And that helps me out a lot. Because, like, I just
That's not common.
yeah, so, like, if I go home, like, chances are I don't.
I wish women were looking at this.
Yeah.
This is a good. We're gonna be giving some really good.
We're
like,
going to have
really-
people on, too. So don't just think that we're just, like, giving our perspective.
I think
and
that
only
honestly,
ours.
I think we need to get Kaylee and my wife on.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
for
that'll
sure.
be fun. That'll be fun.
I'm actually gonna see. I don't know if my wife's off on Thursday when my flight is, but I'll see if we can shoot it Thursday instead and
I'm
get
about it.
her on.
I'm about it.
I'm gonna check.
When it comes down to it, people
people, not just women, will justify their own and demonize the other. So we had this conversation about cheating, right? So if a woman were to cheat, her friends would be like, yeah, well, he deserved it. You know what I mean?
Peter's
Especially
been
in
really
their
strong with this one.
in their corner, yeah, because they'll be in their corner and be like, yeah, he deserved it. He was a jerk.
Like
and
a
all that
high
shit.
five and shit.
Yeah, high five. Yeah, he fucking deserved it.
You just let another dude
Yeah.
just destroy you.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like shit like that. And then on the other end,
Bro.
if a dude cheats, he is a
Time out.
dog.
Don't
That is
front.
the worst.
Any guy that's either probably been cheated on or thinks about that, envisions that guy murdering their wife in the
It
bedroom.
fucks them up.
And it fucks them up. Don't
Yeah.
front, and you already know what I'm
It'll
talking
fuck with your
about.
head. Yeah,
Kevin,
I don't even want to.
That's the first thing
I
that
don't
goes
like
in your
that.
head. Like,
I can't. I try not to think
Like
about
you
shit
take
like
your favorite position that you have with your woman,
Ah!
and like you know, like, damn, was that guy doing that? Huh?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, just okay.
He's talking. I feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet. We have more whiskey back there. If you, he's like, pour me more.
But yeah. So like, I just don't like the dude in itself. Is, oh yeah, you're a dog. Cheating is bad on either ends. So why should it be justified on one and not the other? Like that's what I don't
That's
get.
a whole nother conversation
That's all-
within
it-
itself, and that's the whole. What I'm talking about, the power of women compared to the power of men.
Yeah, so like I'm
that-
abiding
that-
by I'm abiding by the logic though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So once you abide by the logic of the two, like you have no right to justify your own and demonize the other
This is
unless
good. This is really good.
let me say
This
unless
relationship shit. I mean, we're gonna be real here.
Yeah. Unless
I'm sorry, Mama.
dude
I
is
will
around-
never disrespect you, by the way. But go ahead.
unless dude like the friends of the dude or the friends of the girl, like they're promiscuous in themselves. You know what I'm saying? That, like I said, you can't take a black and white situation. Well, you can't take a gray situation and make it black and white. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, no, this is bad. Ultimately, cheating is bad, just like I mentioned before. So neither side should be justified. So if a woman is to be hanging out with her friends, then the dude has more than every right to go hang out with his friends, whether he's going to a bar with them, whether he's going to play PlayStation with them. All of that should be fair game, and women should treat her with respect just as much as we should treat them like hanging out with their girls with respect.
I'll counteract this with what you're saying with a couple of things. I think a lot of females, I wouldn't know this, but this is just my opinion on this. I think a lot of females nowadays aren't as understanding of connecting to a guy simply because of digital media.
Elaborate on
And
that.
so for example, all right, so we're talking about relationships, and I had made a comment of the younger generation not understanding something. You said elaborate or whatever. And I guess what I'm really trying to say is, and I'm going to be talking about the marriage part of things, and I want to go into more of my pet peeves as a guy and what guys should be expecting. We're going to do guys' perspective on this show, and then we'll have the women on, and
I'm gonna text Kaylee right now about coming on too.
we're gonna get their perspective on things. And I think my wife gets off at 5. I might even fucking call her
Yeah.
and see how we do. But a guy's perspective on things. First and foremost, when you get married, you have to understand. My advice is you're gonna have to understand the person you are, that when you got married, you're not gonna be the same person 5, 10, 15, 20 years from that point. But you're supposed to be with the same person. And what I mean by that is you have to understand that life is going to bring you some situations and some things that they're going to throw curveballs at you. You're going to have some issues. And when that happens, both people change sometimes. And you're going to fall in and out of love and in and out of love because you're going to be a different person, and that person's going to be a different person. As long as you stay committed, and you have to understand marriage is an absolute commitment. So my rule number 1, understand that marriage is a fucking commitment. You are committing to that person 100% of yourself. And that is vice versa. So men, you chose this woman. This woman is who you're going to be sleeping next to the bed with. They're the ones that you're going to be making love to. They're the ones you're going to be, most of you men are going to be having a kid with. They're the ones that you're going to be struggling financially with, making it financially with, having dreams with.
For better or for worse?
Hopefully seeing each other die. I know that's a bad thing, but that's the case, for better or for worse. Why are you choosing to make each other fucking miserable? It doesn't make any sense to me, but you know what? It happens. It's going to happen to you. It'll happen to everybody else. It's happened to me, obviously. There's times I was fucking miserable in my marriage as a man. I'm sorry. And there are times, which is right now, I'm extremely happy in my marriage.
Oh, it's been a minute, too.
Completely content, enjoyable. I can't wait to see her. And then there were those times,
Just so you know, Alex, he's been saying this for months now.
There were times where
Long.
I didn't want her to come home. I didn't want to come home. I'd stay here extra minutes in the fucking gym on purpose. It happened. Because we were that bad. But marriage, guys, it's gonna happen to you. It's just going to happen. She's gonna be a different woman when she has a kid. She's gonna be a different woman when she's in a career change. She's gonna be a different woman when you're going through things personally in your own life. Mm-hmm. She's gonna be a different woman when you're trying to find your manhood. Sometimes you're trying to do some things that are guy wise, and she starts criticizing that shit. That's what they're there for. They're there to challenge you. So just know that person will change. Number two, it goes back to the first basic thing that Peter said, which is support. Listen, you got to support each other. Mm. Sometimes you guys, you got to stay content with who you are and where you're going. And even if your spouse is doubting that and you have something to prove to them, then fucking prove it to them. Man up and fucking do it. Don't be a pussy.
Facts.
Plain and simple. And sometimes that's what they're looking for. That's what my wife was looking for. She didn't want a fucking pussy. She got a man now. Plain and simple. Right here. Right fucking now.
Hell yeah!
She knows it too.
Hell yeah!
She fucking knows it.
Macho man, baby.
My man right here.
You see that?
Number 3, difficulties in a marriage. So look, guys, you're going to go through some shit. Okay? And we all know this. I'm going to be real talk here. There's going to be times you are going to have some intimacy problems. There are some times you're going to have some problems where they will make you feel like a fucking ant and you're a nobody. It comes to a point where you feel worse than a woman. There's going to come some times when you question yourself because they made you question yourself. There's going to come some times where you feel like you're not man enough for your wife any longer.
See, I feel like that's something that people don't talk about.
I'm being really honest. Yeah. These things all happen to me. And guys, you got to be, you're never ready for this. You are never ready for this. Ever, whatsoever. It comes down to who the fuck you were and how you've been raised. Are you going to give up or you're not? 50% of people are getting divorced. 50. That means 1 in 2. Either you or you. That's it. That's what it comes down to.
That's facts.
I ain't giving up. The only way my wife and I get divorced is if she fucking cheated on me. That's it. That's it. She cheated on me. I won't give up. Other than that, that's it. That would be the only way.
Love. This fucking love.
Look, marriage is gonna be marriage will be the hardest thing you go through in life because it's gonna be something that you should be having the majority of in your life. Obviously, yes, death of your parents are going to be the toughest, emotionally. But you got to remember, I'm talking about a long span of 10, 20, 30 years. If you're going to be with this person, 30 years of your fucking life. You got to remember, I was Peter's age when I got married. Okay?
That's fucking crazy.
That's like you getting married. That's like you getting married right fucking now.
That's the thing.
I'm
with Kaylee, and
right now you got
That's
married.
what I'm saying. I'm with Kaylee, and I could picture that, but right now I cannot see that.
I know, but
you
my
know what
point
I mean.
is,
in this given
from
moment,
that
I
time
in the future,
up until my age, you know, I was married. When you were 11 years old, I've been with my wife.
Bro, that's 6th grade.
When you were 13, I got married.
That is 6th grade.
When you were 13, I got married.
Bro, that's crazy because that was
in North Miami Beach, Florida.
so I was in 6th grade, and Christian is now training my 6th grade language arts teacher.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so like it came full circle, small world. And 13, yeah, I was just getting out of middle school, that same school. Yeah, that is crazy.
Men, number one, if you're having a problem, first thing you need to look at is yourself.
I totally agree.
Stop making excuses. I'm gonna tell you that flat out, and this goes for a female too. If you're sitting there going through what you're doing, you don't like your guy no more, and look at yourself. There's something you're doing that caused all this as well. Either you accepted something, or you did something to make him accept or unaccept too much. I'm telling you, it just goes. I'm telling you right now, flat out, and my wife could be on here right now. She'll tell you the same fucking thing. I don't care if all you're doing is blaming. The first thing you need to do, that's the problem. You need to look at yourself first and say, what happened here? Where did I lose myself?
That's it's like
where did I fuck up? Am I even who the fuck I am right now to this person?
That's like the video.
Should they be even attracted to me? Right? You got to look at that. That's the first thing. The second thing is that person's values and direction and dreams and goals aligned with yours? Because if it's not, so first off, if you lost yourself and your values and dreams aren't even in line with this person any longer, they might as well be your roommate. That's not. They're not for you.
Real shit. Your
goals and values. Me and my wife's goals and values are the same shit. When we go home, we talk about our dreams. We're talking about homes, Airbnbs, multiple gyms that I'm about to have, my fucking summer camps. Like, we're in full conversation together, like legit, like this. It wasn't like that 7 years ago. It is now. But you got to have the same values. You got to be in alignment with one another. You got to be supportive of each other's careers.
Totally agree with that. You need to.
And women,
you need to be.
Your man, he needs you. You know, he might not be as vulnerable. He might not cry very easily as you do, but understand that we're just as sensitive and we're just as emotional as you are. We just been trained differently on how to hide it as a guy.
Yeah.
If you're 7 years old and something happens, you're not supposed to fucking cry. Shut the fuck up. You're a man. You're a boy. Boys don't cry.
Yeah.
And we're like, yes, sir. If it's a female and you're crying, oh, princess, it's okay. Go ahead and cry. It's all right. And so you've become accustomed to that shit. We have feelings too. We're just dealing with them differently.
I forgot who said it to me. I forgot where I heard it from. I think it was like guys and girls actually go through the same emotions, like the absolute same emotions, but like the way that they're brought up is different.
100%.
Yeah, like that's the only difference. Like guys will go through the same bout of emotions as women will. Excluding like, you know, biological factors, like how I guess men are more insensitive or some dumb shit like that. But
we're not more insensitive, we're just trained differently.
Yeah, that's what yeah. So like being that men are like kind of prioritize things differently emotionally, women will be like, oh yeah, men are insensitive. When we feel all of the same emotions and basically in the same situations, but we just don't do it we don't cope the same way as women. So like if something makes someone like a woman cry, chances are it's not gonna make a dude cry, but he's gonna be like, damn, like fuck, that sucks. You know what I mean? Just because it didn't make him cry doesn't mean he didn't feel anything.
Kevin, we gave you an assignment. How are we looking on that assignment? 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever you got for us. What's the difference?
So, actually, the most divorces was actually after World War II.
Wow.
Oh shit.
What was the rate? Yeah.
And I could imagine because the dude's been probably gone for 6-7 years. She needs something.
Because think about it. Women started working in the factories and everything while men were gone.
Well, yeah, you're right.
That women kind of have money and that independence. They're like, I don't need you.
Yeah.
Not just that, but dude's gone for like 7 years.
Yeah, so she needs companionship. There's no way to like call or anything like that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Chilling right now like 2 million.
2 million a year. Okay, so like it spiked up during that time frame, but like, did it say what the percentage was? It doesn't.
43 million after World War II.
Keep in mind, you know what the crazy thing is? The crazy thing is the baby boomers came right after that too. So like all the people, yeah, either a lot of cheating, well, it has to be a lot of cheating, a lot of fucking cheating, and a lot of plowing when they came back. You know what I mean?
They were just straight up taken.
They were you know what I mean?
I mean, look,
just going for it.
That's hard. I mean, I can imagine getting drafted at fucking, let's
18.
say I had a girlfriend for fucking 3 years. I'm 21. I got drafted. I'm fucking in Normandy for fucking 7 years, seeing blood and guts. And all I'm
Flying
thinking
all over
about
the
is my
place.
woman, right? And then I come home and she has 2 kids by a fucking guy named John. Bro, I'd kill myself. They're high. I bet you that suicide rate was high at that time.
Oh, yeah, I
frame.
wouldn't doubt it. Suicide rate with men is a lot higher anyway. Like, way higher than women.
Listen, this was a guy's perspective. We're gonna have women on next time,
Yes, we are.
regardless. I'm gonna try to have my wife and his girlfriend on, to get the female perspective on the same exact conversation. If not our own women, we'll have friends or somebody else come on
Clients,
and
things
clients,
like that,
something
yeah.
that we can come on here and to help with getting the woman's perspective, because we don't want to feel we're leaving the woman out. But there you go, you have it. My name is Christian Ortiz.
My name is Peter Pires.
This was On the Ropes, relationship, health and wellness, and business. We are out. Happy Friday.
Peace.